Hello everyone, welcome to King's Prime Artilia YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be learning how to make this bubu gown, short bubu gown with drawstring and with elastic puff sleeve. Okay, so this is what we are going to be learning. If you want to learn this, please stay tuned till the end. Watch this video till the end. Please click on the subscribe button, share this video and leave a comment in the comment section. So the first thing I need to do now is to mark our border line. I'll mark 1 inches from the hem of the wrapper and draw a straight line. Okay, so after that, I would have to mark the length of the gown. The length of the gown. So after marking the length of the gown, I will now add 2 inches allowance, hemming allowance. And as you can see, the 2 inches is at the hem, so I will just there's no need to cut it out. I will just leave it like that and fold 2 inches when I'm done. Okay, so the next thing that I will need to do now is to mark the neck of this dress. So I'll be using 4 inches for the width of the neck. That's what I'm going to be using. And then for the front, I'll also be using 4 inches for the depth. That is 4 by 4 for the front of the neck. And for the back, I'll be using 1.5, making it 4 by the width and 1.5 by the as the depth. Okay, when I'm done with that, I'm going to mark with my curved ruler. I'll just mark out the neckline with my curved ruler. Okay, both the front and the back, you just mark it out with your curved ruler. All right, so after doing that, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement from the middle of my neck, that's my nape, to the length of my sleeve. That is what I'm going to be marking. From my nape to sleeve, that is one side of your, from the center back to the sleeve. Then I will come down by 1 inch. Okay, then I will mark my sleeve opening. In this case I'm using 12 inches, and then I will rule a straight line from the shoulder to the length of the sleeve. You will transfer your sleeve measurement plus that 1 inch, meaning you'll be measuring from the shoulder. Just transfer it so that you'll be able to have a straight line. Okay, mark a straight line. All right, so this is me trying to make all my markings bold, trying to make it bold. All right, so the next thing we need to do now is to transfer our measurement of the sleeve from the nape to the sleeve to that line that we marked. Okay, so that we'll mark the straight line of the sleeve. All right, so now we'll have to connect the lines for the sleeve opening, just like you see me doing. Now we divide our hip measurement by 4 and add 4 inches to it and mark. This time we are going to be marking it all the way to the end of the dress. Okay, so just mark it to the end of the dress. And after that, you just rule a straight line, mark a straight line, connect them together with your ruler, and then you mark a curve as the armhole. Okay, the armhole curve, you just use your curve ruler to mark the curve at the armhole. So this is me trying to see if that point is 1 inch. At least that point should be at least 1 inch. Okay, so but I'm making this dress for a plus size, so I just realized that I need to add half inch to it. So this is me marking the half inch so that it will be free, very free on on my client. It's a boo gown. Okay, so this is me trying to reconstruct the armhole. Okay, so just make use of whatever measurements you feel would be okay for your client. And then This is me trying to cut. We'll now cut out the neck. Okay, don't forget you cut out only the back first. You cut out only the back first, and remember the bodies, you divide your hip by 4 and add 4 inches, 1 inch for seam allowance and 3 inch for ease. Okay, so you just cut out your pattern after marking. You cut it out. So you take out the back pattern. So after that we cut out the front neck pattern. Okay, so we have to cut facing for the front and for the back. Just pick up a piece of the fabric, you fold it into two. You can use the one that you cut from the edge of your gown. Okay, fold it into two, arrange it properly on the neck. Okay, you can also use your pin to pin them down so that they will not move, they will be stable. Just pin it down and cut out. Okay, after cutting you just put it aside, and then you trim out, just give it a curve at the edge. Okay, give it a curve at the edge, and we are done with the facing for the front. You put it aside. Okay, and then you repeat the same thing for the back pattern. Cut facing for the back pattern as well. So we are done with the cutting stage. Now we have to sew it. So to sew it, you open, let the front of your fabric be facing you, and then the front of your facing, you place it on top of the front of the fabric. That is front facing front, and then you sew the neck round. Okay, you sew it for the back, and also you will repeat the same process for the front. Okay, make sure the fabric is front facing the front of the fabric of the facing. Okay, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Front facing front. Okay, and then you sew it, and this is after we have sewn the neck. The next thing we need to do now is to notch it. Notch it. Please don't cut your thread, just notch it little by little. Okay, and then you can flip it over. You see, as we flip it over, the front of the facing is out. Okay, that is why we did it front facing front when we were sewing. So after flipping, you can take it to your pressing iron and iron it. So you repeat the same thing for the other piece of fabric. Okay, you notch it, flip it over, and then you iron. So after that, we have to join the back and the front piece together. Okay, so you take the back piece, you spread it open, facing the back facing will be facing the front facing, while the back fabric will be facing the front fabric, and then you fold it. You fold them to one side. Okay, you use as if you are using one to wrap the other, and then you sew a straight line. Okay, you sew a straight line, back facing facing front facing, back fabric facing front fabric, and you fold it just the way I'm doing it in this video. You can see, you now fold it. Okay, and so you can pin down to have, so that you can have a stable fabric. Okay, if you are a beginner. So after sewing, this is what we got. We repeated the same thing for both the front and the back, and this is our end result. So for the sleeve, we added 2 inches for our hemming allowance, so you have to fold it, fold your 2 inches and sew. Repeat it for the other side, fold your 2 inches and sew. Okay, so we are done sewing. We want to add our elastic. The hand have elastic. You use your pin to pass your elastic through the casing that we have created with that our 2 inches. Okay, you pass it through for both the two sleeves. For the both sleeves, you just pass it through like you see me doing right now. Okay, so we are done with the elastic, with passing the elastic. It's time to close the both side. So you fold your fabric equally. Okay, right side facing right side, and then you have to stitch down with the allowance that you use. In this case, I'm going to be using 1.5 inches. You remember I added 5 inches. Sorry, you remember I added 0.5 inches when I was drafting. So I'm going to stitch down with 1.5 inches and I'll come back. Now I'm done. I'm going to slit open the curve area of the armhole so that this cloth will relax, and I'll do it for the both side. Just cut it open, don't cut through. Okay, and now to the hem parts, you will open your your sewing allowance like you see me doing right now, and then you fold with the 2 inches hemming allowance that you added. Okay, you sew it round. All right, so this is it. We are done with the sewing. You just cut out the edge, your sewing allowance, you cut it from that down part, okay, so that you will have ease when you are folding, when you are working with that part. You remember we want to fold that place and put the rope, for the drawstring. Okay, so just slit it open so that we can be able to fold in 0.25 and stitch down. Okay, yes, so you see what I'm trying to do? Fold in like 0.25 and stitch down from the end to that place that you slit open. So this is it after we are done. I've done it for the both side. Okay, so you just flip it over. This is it. This is the outcome after sewing the casing for the string, for the rope. So I've cut out my rope 1.5 inch, and I cut out 4 pieces. Ankara is by 45 inches by height, so I cut out 45 inches by height into 2 for one side and 2 for the other side. So I will have to join them together and fold it. Okay, please, you can watch this video over and over again so that you can truly understand what we are doing here. All right, so this is me. I'm already done with the rope. Okay, so I want to pass it through into the casing that we created. So I'm going to use my safety pin right now to pass it through the casing that we created. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe, leave a notification, drop a comment. If you have questions, please don't hesitate. Ask questions in the comment section and I will reply you as soon as possible. As soon as I receive your comments, I'm going to reply you, okay? You repeat the same thing for the other side. You pass it through to the other side as well. It's a very simple gown to make, and a beginner friendly. You don't really need too much measurement for this gown. So I'm going to weave round the facing, and I'm going to use my hemi gum to hold it in place. So this is our end result. This is how our gown look like. Okay, this is it without the drawstring, like we didn't drag it up. Okay, you can wear it like this, and you can also wear it with the drawstring, like you can also drag it up. This is how it looks like when we draw the drawstring, the rope up. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.